There is an energy that surrounds money. You can feel it. You can almost hear it. It moves towards some people and away from others. And whether you realize it or not, money responds to you long before it reaches your hands. Your thoughts, your emotions, your sense of worth, your beliefs about life, opportunity, and possibility. These are the signals you are sending out every single day. Some people broadcast scarcity. Others broadcast confidence. A few, very few, broadcast wealth. This audiobook is about becoming one of them. Welcome to Money Energy. Unlock your money frequency. An audiobook designed to shift the way you think, feel, and act around wealth. Because money doesn't follow effort alone. It follows alignment, energy, intention, and most importantly, it follows mindset. Money moves toward certainty. Money moves toward clarity. Money moves toward people who believe they deserve more. And in the next 5 chapters, you will discover exactly how to tap into that inner frequency. The one wealthy people never talk about, but always use. Chapter 1. The Energy of Money. Let's begin with a truth most people never hear. Money is not just currency. Money is communication. Money responds to the way you speak to yourself. Money responds to how you handle opportunities. Money responds to the decisions you make when no one is watching. Money is energy. And energy always returns to the source that generates it. Some people give off the energy of fear. They hoard. They hesitate. They worry about losing so much that they never focus on winning. Others radiate possibility. They make bold moves. They trust themselves. They understand that wealth doesn't come from luck. It comes from inner alignment. Ask yourself this. Remember, what energy am I sending out right now? Do you feel anxious around money? Do you feel unworthy of earning more? Do you believe wealth happens to other people but not you? Those beliefs broadcast to the world, and money listens. But here's the good news. You can change your money energy, just like you can change your habits, your thoughts, your identity. Money energy is not fixed, it's trained. And over the next few chapters, you will learn how to tune your inner frequency so wealth no longer feels like something far away, but something that naturally moves toward you. The first shift. Stop chasing, start attracting. People who struggle financially make one mistake again and again. They chase. They chase jobs, chase approval, chase opportunities, chase money itself. Chasing is exhausting. Chasing is stressful. Chasing is scarcity disguised as ambition. At first, chase energy seems productive. It looks like hustle. It feels like effort. But here's the problem. Chasing tells the universe you don't already have, and what you believe you lack, you will continue to lack. The wealthy don't chase. They attract. Not because they sit still. Not because they are lazy. Not because everything is handed to them, but because they operate from a different inner state. A state of certainty, a state of abundance, a state of, I create opportunities, I don't wait for them. Your goal starting today is this. Remember, stop chasing money. Become the person money chases. And to do that, you must shift your identity. Chapter 2. The Identity of a Wealth Magnet. If you want to change your money, you must change your self-image. Every wealthy person has one thing in common. They believe fully, deeply, relentlessly that they are meant for more. Not entitled, not arrogant, not delusional, aligned. Wealth begins with identity. Your identity shapes your habits. Your habits shape your results. Your results shape your life. A poor identity leads to poor decisions. A wealthy identity leads to wealthy decisions. Ask yourself, do you identify as someone who creates money or someone who waits for money? Do you identify as someone who solves problems or someone who avoids them? Do you identify as someone who grows or someone who stays the same? Identity is frequency, energy, signal, and when your identity aligns with prosperity, the world responds. Here's something most people don't realize. Remember, money doesn't come from effort. It comes from identity-driven action, because your identity defines what risks you take, what opportunities you notice, what habits you repeat, what standards you enforce, what level of life you tolerate. If you want more money, you need a stronger identity, one that expects wealth, one that welcomes money, one that refuses to settle. This is why the poor stay stuck. They try to change their income without changing themselves. But this audiobook is about transformation, not numbers, identity, not strategy, frequency, not luck, alignment. Money is energy, and your identity is the generator. The question that changes everything. Before we continue, I want to say, my dear friend, if you are watching this video, then you are definitely on the right track. Like, subscribe, and write in the comments which topic or problem interests you the most. Before we go deeper, I want you to sit with one powerful question. What would the wealthy version of me do? Not tomorrow, not next year, not after you feel ready. Right now, because that identity already exists. You just haven't stepped into it yet. And once you start making decisions from that version of yourself, doors open. Opportunities appear. Money flow increases, not because of magic, but because you finally stop acting like the person you were. Chapter 3. The 3 money blocks. Draining your energy. There are 3 primary inner blocks preventing money from flowing naturally. 1. Scarcity programming. Emotional resistance to wealth. Low financial self-worth. You may experience one. You may experience all 3. But once you understand them, you can break them. Let's go deep. 1. Scarcity programming. Scarcity is not about not having enough. Scarcity is the belief that more is not possible. Scarcity sounds like, I can't afford that. Money doesn't come easily. Others get lucky, not me. It's too late for me to become wealthy. Scarcity sets your internal money frequency to fear. Fear blocks flow. Fear shrinks creativity. Fear makes you cling to comfort instead of reaching for opportunity. Scarcity is a mental prison, but here is the escape. Abundance isn't money. Abundance is possibility. Wealthy people see possibility in everything. Poor people see limitations in everything. It's not optimism versus pessimism. It's frequency versus frequency. One attracts, one repels. Ask yourself, am I living in possibility or protection? Your answer determines your wealth frequency. 2. Emotional resistance to wealth. This is the most hidden block of all. Wanting wealth is conscious. Resisting wealth is subconscious. Many people genuinely want more money, but deep inside they fear losing it, being judged for it, becoming greedy, outgrowing people they love, failing after trying, responsibility. So money becomes a desire on the surface and a threat underneath. Your subconscious protects you from what it fears, even if it's something you consciously want. This is why people sabotage success, not because they are lazy, not because they lack talent, but because wealth feels unsafe. This audiobook will teach you how to rewire that emotional resistance, so wealth feels natural, aligned, and safe to receive. 3. Low financial self-worth. This is the biggest block of all. You will never accept more money than you believe you deserve. Not what you say you deserve, what you truly feel you deserve. You can't outperform your self-image. You can't out-earn your internal worth. You can't attract abundance with a frequency of inadequacy. Every financial ceiling you've hit wasn't external, it was internal. Raise your self-worth, and you raise your income. Raise your standards, and you raise your opportunities. Raise your confidence, and you raise your money frequency. You will learn exactly how to do that in the chapters ahead. But first, you must understand the nature of energy itself. Because once you understand how your vibration attracts or repels wealth, everything in your life will begin to shift. Everything. Chapter 4. The Law of Money. frequency. Money moves like a magnet. It responds to your emotional state, your belief patterns, your identity, your inner dialogue, your relationship with discomfort, the risks you take or avoid, the level of certainty you broadcast. This is why some people attract opportunity without effort, because their energy communicates strength, clarity, magnetism, while others push money away without realizing it, because their energy communicates fear, chaos, hesitation. Remember, think about this. Have you ever noticed that when you're stressed about money, you make worse decisions? Have you noticed that when you feel abundant, you create better opportunities? Your energy shapes your circumstances long before your circumstances shape your reality. People think money is logical. Money is energetic. People think wealth is about strategy. Wealth is about alignment. People think the rich know something others don't. They do. They know their energy is their currency. That's what you're learning now. The 3 frequencies of money. There are only 3. 1. Low frequency, scarcity, panic, fear, survival. 2. Neutral frequency, routine, stagnation, comfort. 3. High frequency, creativity, certainty, expansion, opportunity. Most people live in low or neutral frequency. The rich live in high frequency, not because they have money, but because they maintain the internal conditions that attract money. The wealthy hold calm under pressure, clarity under chaos, confidence under uncertainty, creativity under difficulty. They don't let their emotional state be controlled by their environment. They control their environment with their emotional state. That's money energy. And you can learn it, train it, master it. Chapter 5. How to raise your money frequency. There are 3 foundational practices that elevate your money energy. 1. Emotional calibration. 2. Mental reprogramming. Behavioral alignment. Think of them as the tripod that supports wealth. If even one leg is missing, your financial life wobbles. But when all 3 legs are strong, you become magnetic. Not in a vague, mystical way. In a psychological, neurological, behavioral way. Let's break them down, one by one. 1. Emotional calibration. Money responds to your state. Money doesn't like tension. Have you ever noticed? When you desperately need money, it feels harder to find. When you relax and trust, opportunities appear more easily. When you feel confident, you take better actions. When you feel unworthy, you reject financial possibilities. This is emotional calibration. Your emotions are energy. Your energy determines your moves determine your outcomes. The wealthy don't feel positive all the time. They simply refuse to operate from emotional chaos. They don't let fear drive the car. They don't let anger choose their path. They don't let desperation make decisions. Their rule is simple. Remember, never let a low-frequency emotion guide a life-changing choice. That rule alone protects wealth, because when you're calm, you choose differently, you think differently, you negotiate differently, you create differently. So your first assignment is this. Learn to return yourself to neutral before you react, before you decide, before you act. When you can regulate your emotion, you regulate your money energy. This is the foundation of abundance. 2. Mental reprogramming. Change the internal script. Your mind has a money script. It was written by your parents, your childhood experiences, your early financial failures, society's beliefs, cultural messages, past trauma, your friends, your environment. Most people think they're bad with money, but the truth is they're simply following an old script. A script that says, money is stressful, money is scarce, money is complicated, money is dangerous, money is not for people like me. Your brain repeats these messages automatically, like software running in the background. Reprogramming doesn't mean forcing positive thinking. It means replacing the old script with one that actually serves your future. You must begin thinking thoughts like, I am becoming a person who manages money powerfully. Money responds to clarity and intention. I create opportunities because I see opportunities. My financial ceiling is temporary. Abundance is a skill, and I'm learning it. You're not hypnotizing yourself. You're teaching your brain a new pattern. Your subconscious mind follows repetition, not willpower. Repeat the right thoughts long enough, and they become your default. Change the script. Change your energy. Change your wealth. 3. Behavioral alignment. Actions match beliefs. You can't raise your money energy if your behaviors contradict your goals. For example, you can't say you want wealth but avoid uncomfortable growth. You can't say you want financial independence but refuse to learn new skills. You can't say you want opportunity but reject every risk. You can't say you value abundance but act from scarcity every day. Alignment matters. Remember, the wealthy do not behave randomly. Their actions match their beliefs. They invest in themselves. They learn continually. They build systems, not stress. They see opportunity everywhere. They value long-term gain over short-term comfort. They protect their energy as strongly as their money. This is behavioral alignment. When your actions, thoughts, and emotions support each other, you become unstoppable, not because of luck, but because of internal coherence. Your choices and your energy finally move in the same direction. Chapter 6. The 5 practices that attract money energy. To raise your frequency consistently, you must practice these daily. 1. Stillness. 2. Focused intention. 3. Elevated emotion. 4. Identity anchoring. 5. Energetic boundaries. These are not nice-to-haves. These are the rituals wealthy people live by. Let's explore each one. Dear viewer, please write in the comments what interested you most in the video. This will help us improve our videos. 1. Stillness. Where clarity is born. In a noisy mind, opportunity can't be heard. Stillness creates intuition, strategy, awareness, confidence, creativity, calm power. Sit in silence daily. Not to meditate perfectly, but to tune your frequency. Because a chaotic mind cannot attract order, and money is order. 2. Focused intention. Money follows direction. Wealthy people wake up knowing what they want, why they want it, where they're going, what they need to do today. Poor minds scatter. Rich minds target. Your intention should be a laser, not a flashlight. Because money likes direction, energy likes purpose, opportunity likes clarity. 3. Elevated emotion, your magnetic state. The most magnetic emotions are gratitude, certainty, excitement, inner calm, confidence, expansion. These emotions raise your frequency instantly. When you feel them, you act differently, and the world responds differently. You begin attracting people, ideas, and chances that match your elevated state. Emotion is the fuel of attraction. 4. Identity anchoring. Act from the future. You ask yourself, how would my wealthy self approach this? Then do that. Identity comes before income. When you act like your future self, you make better decisions, you stop procrastinating. You stop tolerating mediocrity. You stop living small. You stop limiting yourself. Identity creates outcome. 5. Energetic boundaries. Protect your frequency. You cannot elevate your money energy while allowing draining people, financial chaos, emotional vampires, low-frequency environments, negative conversations, limiting beliefs from others. Wealth requires boundaries. Not because you're better than anyone, but because your energy is valuable, and anything valuable must be protected. This single shift will change your life more than any budgeting hack ever could. Everything you've learned so far has been preparation, a foundation, a setup. But now we enter the core of wealth energy, the money energy recode. This is where your internal wiring changes, where your emotional patterns shift, where old conditioning dissolves, where new beliefs imprint. This is where wealth stops being something out there and becomes something you carry within you. Let's begin. Chapter 7. The Money Energy Recode. Before we start, hear this clearly. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. Read that again. Wanting something comes from desire. Becoming something comes from identity. The Money Energy Recode is about identity transformation, not temporary motivation, not forced positivity, not acting rich. It is the slow, steady rewiring of your internal state into a person who is capable of wealth, not by struggle, but by alignment. The Recode has 4 phases. Phase 1, awareness. Phase 2, release. Phase 3, repattern. Phase 4, embody. You have to walk through each one. There is no skipping steps, no shortcuts, no fast-forward button. But if you commit to it, your entire financial life will unfold differently. Let's begin. Phase 1, awareness. See the old patterns. You cannot change what you cannot see. Awareness is not judgment. Awareness is not shame. Awareness is recognition. Ask yourself, what beliefs did I inherit that don't serve me? Maybe money is stressful. Money divides people. Wealthy people are selfish. Money is hard to make. I'm not good with money. I'll always be behind. I don't deserve abundance. I'm afraid to lose it. I'll never catch up. These beliefs were not chosen by you. They were programmed into you. You absorbed them. You internalized them. And now you outgrow them. The wealthy are not chained to these beliefs. They've examined them, questioned them, replaced them. Awareness is the first cut that separates you from your past. Once you see the pattern, you gain power over it. Phase 2, release. Let go of the old frequency. Releasing is emotional. It's uncomfortable. It feels like shedding an old version of yourself. Because that's exactly what it is. You cannot hold on to scarcity energy and expect abundance to enter. You cannot cling to fear and ask for opportunity. You cannot grip tight to your past and ask for a different future. What must you release? Remember, 1, fear of not having enough. Guilt for wanting more. 3, shame from past mistakes. 4, anger toward people who have more. 5, anxiety around your financial identity. 6, embarrassment about starting over. 7, scarcity thinking disguised as being realistic. The universe, your subconscious, your psychology. They all operate on the same rule. You cannot receive with clenched fists. Releasing opens your hands, and with open hands, you can finally receive. Take a moment, breathe deeply. Allow your body to let go of what isn't yours. Release is freedom. Release is expansion. Release is becoming light enough to rise. Phase 3, repattern. Install a new money code. Now we replace the old. Here's where true transformation begins. Your brain changes through repetition, not through intense effort, not through sudden bursts of motivation, not through occasional positivity. Repetition creates belief. Belief shapes behavior. Behavior creates outcome. Here are the 5 new money patterns you must install. 1. Money flows to clarity. You get what you define. Aimless desire creates aimless results. 2. I create value, therefore I attract value. Your worth is not based on scarcity. It is based on contribution. 3. My income reflects my growth. When you evolve, your income follows you. 4. Wealth expands when my identity expands. You don't get rich first. You grow first. 5. I can handle more, emotionally, mentally, financially. Capacity is the true currency of the wealthy. Repeat these until they become natural. The brain loves familiarity. Make abundance familiar. Phase 4. Embody. Live as the future you now. This is the most powerful step. The moment you embody, everything changes. Embodying means you no longer hope to be wealthy. You no longer wish to be wealthy. You no longer dream of being wealthy. You become a person who is ready for wealth, not through bragging, not through pretending, not through forcing, but through internal alignment. Ask yourself every day, how would my wealthier self think in this moment? What would my wealthier self do right now? How would my wealthier self respond to this challenge? What standards would my wealthier self refuse to break? You rehearse the new identity until it becomes the only identity. This is embodiment. And the moment you embody the wealth frequency, your life begins matching it. Chapter 8. The Money Energy Blocks. Before we go further, you need to understand the 5 blocks that destroy money frequency faster than anything else. These are the silent killers of wealth energy. Remember, 1. Neediness. 2. Overthinking. 3. Emotional chaos. 4. Scarcity comparison. 5. Unworthiness. Let's break these down because once you clear them, your frequency rises naturally. Friend, write your opinion on this topic in the comments. Do you agree with us or not? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. 1. Neediness, the frequency of lack. Neediness repels money. When you act from desperation, you make poor decisions, you take low-quality opportunities, you ignore your intuition, you enter panic mode, you lose awareness, you break your standards. Neediness is the opposite of attraction. Money responds to confidence, not craving. 2. Overthinking, the killer of flow. Overthinking stops momentum. It destroys intuition. It kills opportunity. Once you have clarity, move. Don't analyze yourself out of action. 3. Emotional chaos, low frequency state. If you constantly oscillate between stress, anger, anxiety, fear, doubt, your frequency is unstable. Stability creates wealth. Emotional chaos destroys it. 4. Scarcity comparison, the energy of not enough. Comparison lowers your frequency instantly. You cannot attract abundance while constantly measuring your worth against others. The wealthy don't compare upward. They learn upward. They model upward. They evolve upward. Comparison kills energy. Learning elevates it. 5. Unworthiness, the root of self-sabotage. This is the deepest block. If subconsciously you don't believe you deserve wealth, you will sabotage it. You will reject it. You will avoid it, you will shrink from it, you will walk away from it, you will delay it, you will undercharge, you will settle. Worthiness is the master frequency. Raise it and everything rises with it. The abundance expansion method. You've cleared your blocks, you've released the old patterns, you've begun installing the new identity. Now comes the part that determines whether this transformation lasts. Expansion. Wealth is not a destination. It is an expansion process. You don't arrive. You evolve. You stretch. You grow into higher levels of receiving. The abundance expansion method is your daily operating system, your practical rhythm for holding, creating, attracting, and expanding wealth energy. It has 7 daily components. Follow them, and you don't just think differently. You live differently. Let's begin. 1. Morning alignment. Tune the signal. Every morning, before the world demands your energy, you tune your frequency. 5 minutes. That's it. Ask yourself, what energy do I choose to carry today? Not the energy of your past, not the energy of fear, not the energy of chaos. You choose calm, confidence, clarity, certainty, expansion, gratitude, abundance. If you do not choose your frequency, your environment will choose it for you, and it will choose fear, urgency, and pressure every time. Morning alignment is you grabbing the steering wheel of your day. 2. The wealth question. Daily clarity. Ask one question. What action today raises my value the most? Not, what should I do first? What's urgent? What's on my to-do list? No. Ask, what increases my value? Millionaires don't chase tasks, they chase leverage. They chase expansion, they chase high-impact actions. Your wealth grows when your value grows. Every day, identify the one action that increases your skills, knowledge, network, opportunities, assets, visibility, earning potential. Do that action first. This is how wealthy people structure their entire life. 3. Money neutrality. Remove the charge. You cannot attract money while being emotionally charged by it. Fear repels it. Neediness repels it. Over-attachment repels it. The rich treat money neutrally, like a tool, like a resource, like an energy. Not a savior, not a symbol of identity, not a measure of worth. Money neutrality makes you powerful. Say it out loud. Money is energy. I direct it. I don't fear it. I don't chase it. I use it. This is sovereignty. This is power. 4. Move like money. Smooth, decisive, calm. Money moves in a specific pattern. Smooth, decisive, calm, certain, focused, expansive. People operating in, remember, chaos, hesitation, fear, doubt, overthinking. Break the pattern. Take a moment. Feel this. When you act calmly, you match the frequency of wealth. When you act desperately, you match the frequency of lack. Your energy must move like the outcome you desire. Move like money. Think like money. Decide like money. 5. The opportunity field. See what others ignore. There is a field of opportunity around you every day. Most people can't see it because their mind is focused on survival, fear, routine, stress, distraction. You cannot see opportunity when you are emotionally drowning. Opportunity reveals itself to calm minds. Shift from, I need a chance, to, I create the chance. Every day ask, where is the opportunity here? Ask it in conversations. Ask it in problems. Ask it in setbacks. Ask it in challenges. Ask it in places others overlook. This question alone can increase your income dramatically. 6. Energy detachment. Stop the leaks. You may have high money energy, but it leaks through. Arguments, drama, resentment, overreacting, trying to fix others, explaining yourself, taking things personally, emotional exhaustion, low boundaries. Every leak lowers your frequency. You must protect your energy like wealthy people protect their assets. Say to yourself daily, my energy is my wealth. I do not waste it. When you stop leaking energy, your natural abundance rises immediately. 7. Nightly integration. Lock in the frequency. Before bed, ask 3 questions. 1. What did I handle well today? 2. Where was I aligned with my wealth identity? 3. What will I release before I sleep? You lock in the improvements. You release the emotional clutter. You close the day clean. You sleep with a clear frequency. This is powerful. Do this for 1 week and you'll feel the difference. Do this for 1 month and your identity shifts. Do this for 1 year and your entire life changes. If this audiobook changed you, tell me what line hit the hardest and which topic you want the next full audiobook to explore. I'm ready when you are.